Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. So I want to respond to Michael Beasley comments. I just read an excerpt where he was quoted saying that he went through a mental health issue playing for the Lakers, um, and being that I'm all about my mental health and I've been talking so much about it on this channel, um, I felt, and the fact of the matter, it was my team, so I felt like it was almost my responsibility to speak on this. But I remember. I don't remember him. What he was referring to. He said basically, paraphrasing, of course. He had lost his mother during playing with the Lakers during the time he was here with the Lakers, and then as soon as he had come back, he lost his cousin and wasn't able to make the funeral because he didn't want to, you know, leave the team having just come back from his mother's situation. Um, and it was a situation where in Oklahoma City he had forgotten his shorts or something like that. I honestly don't remember that situation, but he said that everybody was laughing at him and stuff, and he said it really hurt his feelings. It really got to him. He wanted to kind of show everybody that he wanted to be someone in the NBA, that he could do it, and he just never felt like he got that opportunity, etc. Yeah, man. It's one of those situations where this is one of the reasons why I wasn't all that pleased with the Los Angeles Lakers when they made the Zubac trade. This is why I wasn't that pleased with them. Because I knew all of this as it pertains to his mother. I knew that. And whatever happened behind the scenes, that was whatever took place, the Lakers said, okay, we can't deal with this guy no more. Let's just hurry up and trade him. And in doing so, they rushed the Zubac trade. Zubac was a means of attachment to him so that they could get him off of our team. And they ended up pulling a trade for Mike Muscala, who at the time wasn't that good for us. And I hated that trade because I knew what the Lakers were doing. It was what I considered a fatigue trade. And I've said that many times. I felt like they were just trying to rush something. But now that I look back on it, it was to get rid of Michael Beasley. They were trying their very best as if he had done something so very egregious that he just must be off the team. So they ended up giving away an asset that we still could use just to facilitate that process. And not to make this a different type of conversation, but I was really disappointed in the Laker GM and the Laker organization for that particular move, for both fronts. And the fact that we didn't get back the return that we wanted, but also the fact that you really wanted that bad to give up on a guy who had just lost his mom. Like it was that pressing. What did he swing at somebody? I really don't know. I honestly gonna say, and maybe he did something that was so incredibly egregious. But that you would have, it was so bad that you had to attach Zubats in order to get rid of him. And the fact of the matter was, I just thought that the Lakers had went about that in a way that just did not acknowledge what it is that we're talking about here. Him losing his mom. Now, you guys may know this, you may not, but I lost my mom back in 2016, and so I can kind of have my own experiences and relate to a loss like that and what it can do to your mind. And not only that, but just some of the stuff that he's talking about, having his feelings hurt and stuff like that. I can relate to that. I've had situations where I felt like I wasn't given a fair shot or whatever, wasn't treated the best or what have you. But unfortunately, it didn't have as much on the line for myself. I think with Michael Beasley, I know he had a good tenure with the Lakers. When he played for us, he was pretty good. That was another reason why I didn't really want to get rid of him, because he was a pretty good role player. I mean, at the time, we weren't really quite where we wanted to be. We were still trying to get our team together to what we are right now. Still had the kids. We didn't have championship aspirations. But as far as I'm concerned, he was an addition to the team, and Mike Muscala wasn't. And so that was just my point of view as a fan. All in all, I support what Michael Beasley is saying, especially as a Laker fan who happens to have a channel and I discuss my mental health at length all the time. I think it's one of those situations where I champion him and people like Meta World Peace and other guys who've worn this uniform, who have made it clear that mental health is a priority, and try to be leaders and champions and trailblazers in that way. It's one of the reasons why I try to be in this lane myself, because I've seen guys like Meta, who've come out and did that and made it clear that, I've struggled, but I'm working, or, this is what I got going on. Maybe I can help you with that. That's one of the reasons why I do it the way that I do. I champion that. I think that's a good thing. I'm glad he was felt transparent and open enough to tell us his experience. I'm sorry as a Laker fan that he experienced that. I definitely was not a part of that because when he lost his mom, my thinking was the Lakers need to help him through this. You don't waive a man because you know he ain't gonna get another opportunity. And that was my problem with the Lakers as well. It's like he trying to rush to get away from this dude. This is his last stop. Like, do you know what kind of year he's having just from not only losing the people that he told us he lost, his mom and his cousin, but also from the fact that y'all had waived him and did it in this fashion? I just felt like, it's one of those situations where you say, okay, what happened in the worst of your life? Worst year of your life? Well, this, and this. The Lakers gave him a this. Not to say that was the worst year he'd ever experienced. I don't know, but they gave him one. And it's like, you want the Lakers to, as I've been saying about all day, in regards to various conversations, you just want to see the NBA be more in touch in regards to mental health as it pertains to their players. The media is not going to paint the proper picture because they have their own narrative. They're going to always tell you about the bad with guys. Michael Beasley smoking weed. Oh my God, he's such a problem child. But if he was dealing with any type of mental health issues, like myself, weed really helps. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I'm without my weed, and I feel a lot more manic when I don't have it. Not to say that it's the greatest thing for me or that it doesn't have its downside, but, Michael Beasley was coping with whatever he had going on in his world. And as a rookie, and at the time, it was like the worst thing in the world for him to smoke weed. Now everybody, you know what I mean? It's a different world, and I just felt like he didn't get a fair shake because of his habit. And maybe he was not believed in because of his habit. And I think the Michael Beasley conversation is a marijuana mental health conversation. I really do. And I would just like to see us continue to evolve in that regard. And that's what my goal is to try to contribute to that. As I have such passion for the NBA and such a passion for my own transparency in mental health, there's no reason why I can't be of help in that way. So that's what I want to do. It's part of what I want to do. And I'm glad that Michael Beasley once again was able to kind of give myself personally something to provide yet again another example of what it is that we've been discussing so much over the last 48 hours. So yeah, man, I tell you guys, I don't think too many people are watching my therapy session videos, and I don't blame you because they're long and probably not very exciting, but they will give you an insight as to how things have gone with myself and the struggles I've gone through and how far away from okay I am as we speak. But at the same time, that's the beauty of what it is that I got going on, because it allows me to divulge it and to share it with you, and it gives it some purpose and some meaning. So while I'm struggling, I'm in a space where I'm not at my greatest. At the end of the day, I'm turning it into something positive, and I believe that Michael did the same thing in sharing that. So that's what I got to say, man. Hopefully Michael Beasley is able to continue his basketball journey. I don't think, it's far-fetched to say that he might not get another chance in the NBA because of everything that has happened and all of that. But at the same time, it's COVID protocol time. So, hey, a lot of guys are getting opportunities. Maybe he can be another one of those guys. So whatever the case may be, I wish him the best. Now, I am very sorry for his losses, even though those things took place several years back. I know that you don't ever really fully heal from that. And if you do, I have yet to. So I feel him. Anyway, that's what I got. My name is BDF44. I thank y'all for watching. No.